Welcome to the next edition of our FiPME podcast. Today we have Stefan and Boris as our guests, our founding partners, and we want to talk about what actually inspired them to do FiPME. Let's start with you, Boris.
Yes, hello, I'm Boris. What was inspiring me? Tell about a small situation when I was in the very early days of the online gaming, was playing EverQuest 2. I was doing what I like to do in the real life, as I always say, exchange people. I was collecting the currency, which was there. And any day somebody come up to me and said, how much of these do you have? I said, actually like this and that. He said, you can sell it. I said, no, you cannot sell it. It's funny money. It's a game. He said, no, have a look at eBay. I said, strange guy. I had a look at eBay, and one of these platinum coins, I actually had quite a lot, was trading or was offered at eBay for 90 euros. And said, right, okay, maybe somebody tries to sell at 90, but it's definitely not worth 90. So I put it in at eBay for 45 euros, and bang, it was bought immediately. I said, whoop, that was coincidence. And so I put another one in for 45 euros just to check out, these guys are really buying it. So I put it in again for 45 euros, bang, bought again. So that was the first spark of FiPME, actually.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, you're big in World of Warcraft, and that kind of got you into this. What about you, Stefan? I know you guys are big friends for a long time.
Yeah, basically, Boris inspired me to do this. I mean, we were trading futures and options back in the days, so financial contracts. And Boris told me about his gaming experience and his trading experience on eBay. I was not convinced from the beginning, to be honest. I thought, okay, that might become big in the future, and yeah, it happened to become big very quick. So after 3 years, he came back to me, and I said, yeah, let's have a look. And yeah, today we are here and building FiPME.
And as a little insider secret, basically, I know that you had this idea almost 8 years ago. But you were the game industry is not really ready. Do you think, what do you think has changed in that period?
I think a big change was really esport. Esport got gaming to a whole different level, and you have people doing it professionally today, and it's much more organized than back in the days. So I'm in the esport here in Switzerland, and if I listen to the topics which gets discussed these days, we are talking about a totally different setup than 10 years ago.
And Boris, one of our closest partners, he always says we learn people to catch their own fish, which basically means, we basically teach people how to trade items and sort of translate basically their gaming passion into a career. What do you think can we actually bring to the market and to gamers?
Yes, the online games evolved a lot as well. In the old days, I mean, when we think about Diablo, for example, at the beginning, yes, it was an online game. Yes, it was funny. But nowadays, these online worlds are so deep. I mean, so really, really deep that some people not even can fulfill some tasks, although they want to do it, so they need some help, and otherwise, it is made for it's multi-massive online role-playing games, so it's not designed to be a single player game, and to do some things you need help, and this has a value. I mean, whenever people do something, if you need help in your house by cleaning it up, you get a service. If you want to have your haircut, you get a service. If you want to do something in the virtual worlds, you need a service, or you can use a service. So because the online worlds got that deep, there is more value put in from the gamers. And at the difficulty at the moment is actually to monetize this effort. There's not good chances to do that. And we want to change this because we are exchange professionals and want to offer the people a format where they actually can monetize the efforts in the virtual worlds.
It's actually something we talk a lot internally. Like basically, I mean, there are a lot of people that want to sort of like translate their passion into gaming and into a job, and you can do it on Twitch, on YouTube, but it's difficult, right? Like you need like that certain edge. You need to have like this entertainment capabilities, maybe a lot of equipment. Stefan, do you think we can like maybe even generate like a new generation of jobs with FiPME?
Definitely. I mean, if you look at how trading evolved from the 80s and 90s into today, where everybody can trade stocks on his mobile, FiPME will give a big chance to people to interact with the gaming world on a totally different dimension. And if you see how the gaming is evolving at the moment with Pokemon being not only a game on your mobile, but it's also touching the real world. So I think FiPME will do. So we will give a link from the gaming world to the real world. So people might be able to buy a pizza with World of Warcraft gold in the near future.
Yeah, I think that's super exciting.
And,
I mean,
and maybe if I can give another answer to your first question with a spark. I mean, in the early days when I was having my guild and was raiding, so these days I had the personal chance or situation, whatever, to actually play a lot. I would go nearly 24/7. So actually, in the day I was collecting everything which you need to give it to your raiding partners in the evening, and there was one guy. Funny enough, he was working for a very big company which was listing on the exchanges, and we talked about it because I'm an exchange trader. And so he was always coming a little late, like 3-4 minutes, and saying, "Hey Boris, do you have arrows? Do you have potions? Do you have this and that?" Which I collected the entire day. And it was funny, it was good. He was actually playing quite well, so he was useful. But after a few weeks, I said, this is actually kind of getting a tradition here. I do all the day, I do my work to give him the things which he's needing. And when what he is doing the entire day, he gets a salary for that. So that sparked for me the idea, two things. First of all, what is done has a value. And secondly, if it has a value, how actually can you get it, and how can you find the correct price, and then how do you exchange it? And that was leading to FiPME again.
Right. And Stefan, do you think we can maybe even like help people, due to this like Corona crisis? I mean, you're in Switzerland, we're in Germany, but I think it's literally all over the world. It's felt that there's like a certain economic impact. People might be losing their jobs. People definitely spend way more time gaming. We see the numbers, right? Like Steam usage, for example, has gone up 40%. Twitch usage has gone up 70%. Do you think this will also sort of like generate a new generation of traders?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the in-game economies in some games are already really, really huge, and the market is still not existing, or let's say very young. And of course, if the market is young, there are plenty of opportunities for gamers, for traders, for publishers to try new things, because the regulation is not that strong. Of course, from our view, it would be great if we have some authorities looking after that. But the chances at the moment are huge, and there will be people earning a lot of money with in-game trading, and also the publishers, if they understand the big value we are bringing, they will change the behavior of how they develop the games.
Maybe we can actually dive into this a little bit, because I mean, obviously we have these different stakeholders, and we want to do something for studios and publishers as well, right? I mean, the gaming sphere, it's basically we have like a couple really huge games, but obviously there are a ton of indies out there, and they maybe even have like difficulties from a financial standpoint. What do you think can we do for them?
Yeah, I mean, we had great talks at Arctic 2 days ago with especially these young publishers. And the good thing is, to produce a game these days or to code it is very expensive. Also, you have all these engines out there like Unreal and different pre-set up things you can use. It is very expensive and it takes a very long time. So to produce a really good game takes up to 10 years. So in order to get that finance, you either go with one of the large ones, but then you are not really free to develop your game like you vision it. Or what you could do, for example, with FiPME is you bring your currency, or you bring 50 very rare items which are just get sold once to the market. And if you have a community which is testing your game already and really is into it, they would love to take the currency already or some items to buy for it, and you can finance so the next stage of your coding, or maybe even getting to start with your coding.
Amazing. What about you, Boris?
Yes, definitely. We have to be aware that some people are willing to spend a lot of money actually for very early games, for unique games. There was a blockchain game, a car racing game. A car went for $120,000, for example, or there was a planet game with planets where people always pushed in like $50,000 at the beginning. So we have to keep in mind that there are as well rich people who are interested to invest a lot in new games, and actually this money obviously is going to the publisher.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, you can see that in Star Citizen, definitely. Let's talk about Milestones. We achieved a lot. We are like feature complete almost now. Stefan, where are we? And what's your take on that?
Milestones, yeah, there were many milestones already. If I just have to pick few, the first time I saw our first website online was really cool. I mean, I went to our URL, and then I saw everything popping up. That was the moment when FiPME became real to me. I mean, later on, of course, when we were registered at NASDAQ and you put in NASDAQ and you see your name there, of course, this is fantastic. But the first website was really a key milestone for me. And then, of course, we developed the first demo in 2019. And of course, when this was up and running, it was fantastic feeling. And then was Gamescom in 2019. We still were able to go there live, and we developed the demo just beforehand. So yeah, it was a great feeling. And now, of course, having the production type ready and seeing how everything is working in real time, it's amazing, really amazing to be part of that journey and to be part of the team. I remember you, Bench, when we met first in Munich. Now it's already 1.5 years ago. So yeah, being part of that journey of FiPME is probably the most incredible journey and milestone I ever had.
Awesome. What about you, Boris? Like, what were the most beautiful moments for you?
When Stefan mentioned the prototype, I was thinking actually when the prototype was shown the first time, I said, wow, cool. Looking at your own exchange, how cool is that? And actually, it was great, definitely, and we took a lot out of it. We did a lot of testing and got feedback from all the people who actually were helping and using it. But I mean, for me, definitely the biggest milestone is now when I look at the actual production. It is looking so cool. Thank you very much, design team, who always said, no, we cannot do this. No, we cannot do this. No, we cannot do this. And at the end of the day, because they wanted to go for the design, and when I now look at it and click it and see how everything is working and everything is functioning in real time, it always warms my heart, and I don't want to be just in the board of FiPME. I want to be a user who's actually can use this platform because it's so great. It always gives me a warm feeling, definitely.
And what amazes me the most is whenever we talk to someone, like it's studios, publishers, indies, like I think they all like the idea. I think that's really, really wonderful. What do you think about that, Stefan?
Yeah, we had a lot of great meetings already, and the journey really is amazing. Like we had Arctic 2 days ago, and we spoke to a lot of young publishers and coders who are struggling a little bit. I mean, they need to decide whether we want to go with one of the big ones or if you want to stay independent. And then, yeah, their journey is very hard, and FiPME can do a lot to make it easier, and that is what it's all about. In the end, what counts is only that the gaming world itself, gets closer and people can interact with each other, but also in the real world. And I think our link is perfect to bring these both worlds together.
Now we're almost ready to launch, actually. Boris, what are we searching for?
At the moment, we are working on the payment system to make that the most secure and cheap and handable. This is basically the last bit we have to do. Of course, we are looking for investors and publishers who want to work with us. And that is actually the task for the next time.
And of course, we are looking for you, the gamers, to test it, to give your feedback, to interact with us, to really play the biggest role on the exchange, because you are the ones who need to use it.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Yeah, please, guys, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. We'll keep you up to date, and we'll do a next podcast next week. See you guys.